This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
So hey, Pooh, how's practice look this week? How are things going?
Practice been going pretty good. We just been keying in on the little details and things like that, and just trying to get a step on the opposing offense.
All right. Y'all probably heard a lot of the fan voice in the last few days. What's that been like as a team hearing that? And do you feel like maybe y'all are playing for Coach Pittman a little bit these last 2 weeks?
Definitely. I feel like we putting everything on the line for our coach staff because we really love these guys. These guys are passionate about the game of ball and things like that. But, just for us, the big thing about it is just blocking out the outside noise and just playing our brand of football, going out. Like I said, just worry about FIU this week and just, taking advantage of the 2 opportunities that we have left in order to get this program going in the right direction.
Josh, what about you?
Yeah, people call college football a brotherhood, and this is really where those relationships come into play. When you're winning and everything's going right, yeah, it's easy to be friends. It's easy to love each other. But when things are going wrong, this is when you lean on each other, you rely on each other. And ultimately, you're working towards a common goal, which is to finish the season as strong as possible.
Mm-hmm. As well as y'all played at Florida with the run game and everything, what happened against Auburn that didn't allow that to click as it did the week before, Josh?
Yeah, I would say there are a lot of factors, but ultimately it just comes down to personally our preparation and how we execute the game plan. College football, they're 1 week doesn't mean anything for the next week or the week before. And so even though we had success against Florida and ultimately we won the game, there were things that we didn't do well in that game that we unfortunately weren't able to correct. And going into this week, this is something that we have to focus on. And this is what we're repping in practice to make sure that the errors mentally and physically that we made in the game are corrected when we go on the field on Saturday.
How gratifying was that for you in Gainesville a couple of weeks ago with a lot of family there?
It was great. It was something I look forward to all off season, but at the end of the day, that was 2 weeks ago now, and we have 2 more games that we need to be focused on, and we need to play for our fans in Razorback Stadium. We haven't put a good showing on yet this year, and that's all we're focused on right now, just showing up for the fans and showing out.
Who they got a freshman quarterback. What do you see from that offense?
So the quarterback, even though he's a freshman, he's a real very athletic guy. He has speed on him, but he can also sling it. And the thing about it that like I just said, we just got to keep an upbeat tempo on them guys. Just picking up on little factors, like what do O-lineman stands tell us? What does running back depth? Things like that, that just give us an edge on the game and just, being real big on our communication and just playing together.
Courtney, go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick question for both of you guys. We got to see Jacoby a little bit in that game this past Saturday. I was wondering from each of your perspective, what is he like as a teammate and a player on this roster?
Just looking at Jacoby and talking with him, throughout the days, you can tell that he's a natural born leader. He has that factor about him that was instilled in him and things like that. First of all, he's a great guy. Anytime you need to just go talk to him, outside of football as well, like it's been times that I've seen him, me and him going to tutoring sessions together, and we don't even talk about ball. It's just catching up on each other, like how are you, where your mind, your headspace, and things like that. So, great guy, somebody that you can definitely lean on. And, just watching him go out there and just make those type of plays really made me happy, just watching him put in the preparation. And once his number was called, for him to go out there and make such an impact so fast and just seeing him out there leading around, man, it was just awesome.
Yeah, seeing the work he puts in and day out, just in practice, and him getting the opportunity and having his number called and him filling the shoes that needed to be filled. It was great for me to see that just as a friend of his.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you both. That's it for me.
Bob, go ahead.
Hey, I guess for both guys, you've been playing all these big name SEC teams. Obviously, now you're playing FIU, and they're having a tough season too. What's it like going from all these SEC games? Now you're playing a team. I think you're favored to beat by 30 points. I know that's just point spread, but what's it like getting ready for a team that's not an SEC team this late in the year?
We're not really a big logo team. We don't really just work no matter how big or small the opponent is, we're gonna go out there and play, tough, fast, and physical brand of football and things like that. So, just going into this week, we prepared this week like we have every other week. And that's, just big on communication, big on getting to the football, big on being physical and, just flying around. Like Braun said, just giving our fans, you know, what they deserve. We haven't put a good showing on for the past couple of weeks at home and things like that. So, you know, it's just big for us to go out here and give the fans what they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it comes down to us as an offense just doing what we're supposed to do. We haven't given a good show at home, and so it doesn't matter whether we're playing FIU or Georgia at home this week. We're preparing exactly the same way, hoping to put on a good show for the fans and just for our brothers.
Yeah, Josh, you being from Florida, I think FIU's been playing football, I don't know, 20-something years maybe, so they're a relative newbie. Just wonder, as a guy who grew up in Florida, kind of what's the perception of FIU's program?
I mean, they have a solid program from what I understand. They hit some roadblocks this year, but they keep fighting, and they're not going to come in here and just lay down. They're going to give us their all. They're fighting for bowl eligibility still, and they're not just going to hand us a win. So we need to go out there and be physical, run to the ball, and just play our hearts out.
And then, you know, after you guys beat Florida, big theme was, you know, you can close out strong at home, get bowl eligible, and then the Auburn game was a tough loss, obviously. So how do you guys refocus, and what's the big motivation now?
Just going 1-0 these last 2 weeks and taking advantage of the 2 opportunities we have left. And it's just, you know, yeah, okay, we didn't play our brand last week, but it's time to move forward. Ain't no time to be in the past and, you know, things like that. We just going to look forward to these 2 opportunities that we still have left. And, you know, for all the guys on the team, they love football. So it don't matter, you know, we're going to go out there, we're going to play our brand. We're going to play fast. We're going to correct what we had to correct and get it right for Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, our season's very simple now. We have 2 games left, and at this point, it's a point of pride. I mean, we're going out there to put on a show, and we're not playing for championships. We're not playing for anything except our brothers and our fans and pride in ourselves. And I hope that's the product that we put on the field on Saturday.
Thanks, guys.
Trey.
Yeah, Josh, this might be a better question for you, but maybe also for Pooh too, because, you know, KJ's kind of been the face of the team and, you know, a leader of the program. I'm curious from you guys, just how has his attitude been? You know, this hadn't been the season that he thought it was going to be in his senior year. How's his attitude been? How's he been leading this program?
He's been leading it very well. He's very positive. He comes into work every day. He's trying to lead the younger guys just to get them developed and ready to play whenever their number is called. And I've seen great leadership from him. I've had experience in the past with quarterbacks that fit his play style, and he is leading us as well as he can. And I look forward to seeing his output on Saturday.
What about you, Pooh? I mean, I know you're defensive side of the ball, but I mean, KJ kind of is an overarching character.
The thing that I like about KJ, he is not emotionally inconsistent. You know, he's gonna be the same guy whether it's win or loss. You know, he's just that high energetic guy who loves to play ball. You know, he still work around, he's still being the same KJ, still lean the offense to, you know, to just thrive and, you know, make up for the mistakes that they've had in the past. That are also defense. He's also in our ear as well, you know, just letting us, you know that he's behind us, no matter good or bad. You know, there's nothing that's gonna just phase us as a team. And, you know, so that's what I see from KJ.
And we've seen some struggles with the offense, you know, a good bit of the year, but defense, that was pretty uncharacteristic to give up 354 yards on the ground. I'm wondering, like, what was Coach Williams, what was his message? What was his reaction to just the overall performance Saturday and then getting it corrected moving forward these last 2 games?
Man, obviously, everybody on the team was disappointed with the outcome of the game. Nobody felt like they played Arkansas's brand of football. And, you know, with Coach T. Will, you know, it was just, you know, how do we get back to that Arkansas brand? How do we get back to that physical, flying around, being fast, communicating defense that we were? And, you know, just sitting back and, you know, we just been heavy in the film room like we've been doing. You know, Coach T. Will has not changed his coaching style at all. He's still that high energetic guy that's going to run around. We feed off his energy. He's still going to coach us hard. He's still going to give us tough love and things like that. So, you know, we just listen to him. We just sit back and we trust him with everything that we have going on out here. We trust him and we trust our defensive staff.
And football's a team game. I mean, it's
Go ahead, Josh.
At a point. When the offense doesn't execute at a high rate and the special teams doesn't execute at a high rate, it puts a lot of stress on the defense. And we need to put them in the best position possible for them to be successful. And we as an offense fail to put them in that position.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.